me to my knees and joy lifts me high up on wings, and everything is bright as you move. Let your light shine all around. I'm captivated by your love, your love. I want more of you. Your spirit's alive. I'm awakened inside by all you do. I can't get enough of, I can't get enough of you. I can't get enough of, I can't get enough of you. I am falling for you, I'm falling for you. And I am falling for you, I'm falling for you. And I am falling for you, I'm falling for you. And I am falling for you. Savior reigns. Cities shake for God as we shout your name. Clouds will pull away as your glory shines. We cannot contain all the joy inside. Whoa. I'm coming back to you, and I see that you run into me. I'm leaving sin behind to align my ways with heaven's, and everything's alright as you speak. Promises unfailing, and my soul sings our praise of your love, your inside by all you do. I can't get enough of, I can't get enough of you. So on and on it goes with grace, reaching all in its way. Brings me to my knees and in joy lifts me high up on wings, and everything is bright as you move. Let your light shine all around. I'm captivated by your love, your love. I want more of you. Your spirit's alive, I'm awakened inside by all you do. I can't get enough of, I can't get enough of you. I can't get enough of, I can't get enough of you. I am falling for you, I'm falling for you, and I am falling for you, I'm falling for you, and I am falling for you, I'm falling for you, and I am falling for you. Oh. the King has arrived, he's among us. Open your ears, there's a message to hear, he is freedom. His love on display, he is mighty to save, he is with us. The King has come, the King has come. I see the light, I see your light. Jesus, power displayed in your presence, the place where we find our freedom. To shout out your praises loud, 'cause nothing can hold you down.
Hey everyone, I study at Morley.
Hey Saul, I study at Morling.
Hi guys, I studied at Morley.
Hey, I studied at Morling.
Hey guys, I studied at Morling.
I studied at Morley.
Hey everyone, I study at Morley.
Hey everyone, I studied at Morling.
Hey Sol, we studied at Morling.
Hi Sol, I studied at Morling.
Hey everyone, I studied at Morling.
Hi everyone, I study at Morling.
Who is the King holding the world in his?
Hey everyone, welcome to this songwriting session. Thanks so much for coming online and tuning in here at 2 p.m. In my lounge room. It's going to be fun. I'm just going to share about how this week's going to run. So essentially over the next 4-5 days, we're going to be writing a song together. So I've come with a little bit of pre-prepared material, but it's not going to be not really like a workshop, more just me kind of showing and expressing how I've learned how to write a song, and we're going to just do that practically rather than me just telling you what to do, because to be honest, there's no one way to write a song. It's a really creative process. There are so many different things that go into it. There's no specific process. So I'm just going to do that. Bear in mind, I'm not an expert at all. I've had a go at writing a couple of songs with a few different people. In fact, we have our little EP out, which you should probably know about. Oh, and it's beautifully right here. Thank you very much, producer Sam. That's out. If you've been hearing that, go and check that out on Spotify or YouTube as well. That's awesome. But yeah, so we're going to get into it. And I've got my handy guitar here, which will help us out in the key of B today. But yeah, so let's get into it. So for me, when writing songs, I've found people kind of fall into one of two camps. You're either more of a writer and a lyricist, or more of a melody person, or someone who comes up with the music. And obviously you've got to be able to do a bit of both. But for me, music is more my stronger side, and lyrics I've always found a bit more tricky to do. So when I come to write a song, I'm kind of like, all right, let's get some inspiration from different areas. So a few days ago, when I was thinking about, how can we start this little songwriting journey, I did a bit of reading of the scriptures. Psalms are always super helpful. Always, singing about praise and talking about the praise of God. Also listening to different podcasts of different people. And when I was listening to a podcast by Jeremy Riddle, who used to be from Bethel, now at now at a Vineyard Church in the US, he said something that really, really stuck out to me. And so I decided to write it down straight away, because that's what you got to do, these little bits of inspiration in your life. You get yourself a little book like this, and you write a whole lot of stuff down. So this is my little notebook of stuff. It's very, very messy, as you can see. Don't have great handwriting. Do a lot of typing these days. But yeah, so I wrote those down because that was kind of inspiration for me, and that's how I kind of have to start writing songs. I gotta get every little bit of inspiration from different places that I can, and start writing down a whole lot of random lyrics, and then I usually put melodies to it later. So I came up with a little bit of a chorus the other day, which I'm going to share with you, and I'm going to kind of show the process of how it came about. And like I said, when you're writing songs, there's no easy way to do it. There's no right or wrong way. I like to start with doing a chorus or a bridge, something that's catchy, because then I know, like, if I've got a good hook, if I've got a good chorus, then that kind of can carry the song as well. Sometimes if you start by writing a verse, which is fine as well, and it's really good, but then you can't think of a nice chorus to complement it, it can be a bit trickier to be a stronger song in the end. So that's why I've started this with writing a chorus. So yeah. So the things that Jeremy was talking about, which kind of really was touching my heart, and what I wanted to write this song about, and want us to write this song about over the week, is kind of on two things, and they're both just relevant to where we are at the moment in life. So one thing is obviously the virus going around, a lot of fear in people, particularly in older people in our lives. And we know that our God is not at all about fear and worry and anxiety. He's completely the opposite. So I really wanted to establish that in this song, that, you know, God is still over everything. You know, he still has power over all this sort of stuff. He still loves us. He's still here for us. And nothing is greater than his power and his goodness. So that's one thing. And then the second thing is that, you know, we just had our great Easter weekend. So I would, you know, love to put kind of the power of the cross into this song, and that's really kind of what this is all about, and what we want to be singing about in our churches. So yeah, those two things are kind of present at the moment, and it's good when you're writing songs that you're writing from that place of where you're at, that you're just being raw, that you're just being honest, and yeah, that's just writing from that place. We don't want to put on anything else. We just want to be raw and authentic with our worship. So I'll share with you what the little lines that I just heard Jeremy say in this one thing, and what just inspired a chorus for me. So he was talking about, you know, during this time, how we can just be so fearful and worried, and this is what he's saying about, you know, God. He said, "He is not afraid of darkness, for he is light. He is not afraid of tough times, because he is hope." I'll say that again. He is not afraid of darkness, for he is light. He is not afraid of tough times, because he is hope. I think that concept just really stuck out to me, that, like, you know, we know God isn't afraid because, you know, he's God or whatever, how can he be afraid? But this kind of juxtaposition that he's not afraid of the darkness because he is the light. And you think about, like, I don't know, when you got a torch or your iPhone torch out and you go into a dark room, like, the darkness just goes away because the light is the source, and it can't go, like, it just has to leave. So I love that kind of juxtaposition of light and darkness, how God is that source of light, and he can't be afraid of anything that's going on in this world because he is the light. And then the second thing, he is not afraid of tough times because he is the hope. So in the same way, you know, Jesus is our hope, and how can he be afraid when he is the definition of hope? So that really stuck out to me. So I just kind of took those, tweaked the words a little bit to make the first half of this chorus. And then I tried to kind of come up with some sort of unique melody to make it sound good. I like to hang around in, I don't know, pick a key that suits you. I'm in B at the moment. I think I was in D flat when I was writing it initially, because I like D flat as well. I like melodies that kind of hang around the third note of a scale. So if you know your scales well, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I like melodies that hang around the third. So in B, the third is, oh, yeah. So I find a lot of my songs that I write kind of hang around there. Like More of You, for example, the chorus is hanging around that third. We go, I want more of you. Your spirit's alive, I'm awakened inside by all you do. I just find that note really beautiful, so I like to hang around that with my melodies a bit. And I've done the same thing here. So yeah, I'll show you what I did for the first half of the chorus, using those lyrics that were inspired by what Jeremy said. is not afraid. He is the light. He is not dismayed. He is the hope. So that's sort of the first half of the chorus. And that's just firmly establishing straight away, like, exactly what he was saying, just how God is against all fear, and He is the light, He is the hope in our lives. Cool, so that was the first half of it. I'll sing it again, just so it gets in your heads. He is not afraid. He is the light. He is not dismayed. He is the hope. And if you're melody people as well, I'll touch a little bit on that. Like, it's really important to try and find a unique melody, and that's one of the hardest things because there are so many songs out there and so many melodies. I like to add in a few like little triplet things like that, so you'll notice the start is pretty straight. Like, He is not afraid. And then we do triplets for He is the light. It's like da 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 da. And He is not dismayed. He is the hope. And little things like that, just to change up your melody, can be super helpful to try and make something that's unique. And now that's just half the chorus. It definitely doesn't sound finished. And to me, it sounded like at this point it needs to do that same melody again, but now with some new words. So then I move on from that part to thinking, all right, I want this, we're in Easter time as well, and we want to be celebrating Jesus and what He's done at the cross. So I just thought, let's just say something really, really simple. It's great to keep these things simple and easy to understand because people can just really easily engage and sing. So the next thing I wrote was just, death could not contain, He is alive. Pretty simple, maybe not the most unique thing ever, but it's down there for now. It's a work in progress. It's sort of like half rhymes with the previous parts. So I played it all together so far with that. He is not afraid. He is the light. He is not dismayed. He is the hope, and death cannot contain. He is alive. And then where do we go from there? So, cool. So that's the first, 3 quarters of it. Then I got to the point, I'm like, how are we going to finish this off? We've got, we're going against all the darkness and the fear that's going on. We can do that because Jesus defeated death at the cross. So the last thing to me, I feel like is like, all right, let's celebrate that, and we could say things like, oh, praise the one, blah de blah. Like, there are so many options to put in here, so I just settled with one, and that is all glory to the one above it all. I think it's important to try and find some sort of unique phrase. It's not the most unique, but we want to keep things simple and as fresh as we can, but I think that kind of sums it up so far as well as I can. Kind of like, all glory to the one who's Jesus, everything to Him who's above everything, above it all. So that's what I did. And then for a melody for that, I was like, I don't think we're going to do the same melody 4 times in a row, maybe 3 times, but the last one you got to change up, make it a bit different. So I decided to do something a bit standard, which you may or may not realize is in a lot of songs, and it's quite hymnal. So what I did was something that if you listen to songs like Oh Praise the Name or What a Beautiful Name or 10,000 Reasons, it's kind of how like all of those melodies end. And melodically you go pretty much 3, 2, 1 to finish and end on the first chord. So like, for example, Oh Praise the Name. Oh praise the name of the Lord our God, oh praise His name forevermore. Forever stays He will sing oh praise, oh Lord our God. So you're getting that, oh Lord our God. That 3, 2, 1. Like it's in so many songs, guys. Like, what a beautiful name. The name of Jesus. The name of Jesus. 3, 2, 1. We've got 10,000 reasons for my heart to find. Like, everything has this. But the good thing about it is that it kind of unifies people because they're used to hearing that sort of melody. And that's not bad to have. Like, you want to have a balance of freshness in your song, but also something that people are used to and will like, because it's kind of tried and tested, and people are used to it. They're kind of like, yeah, this is a worship song, this is how we're ending. And the neat little thing about that is you can kind of make it a tag and you can sing it a few times as well, right? And I'll kind of show you how that goes. So what I did for this, how we're ending it, is all glory to the one above it all. And if we want to make it like a little tag and repeat like it's the end of the song, we can just change up that last chord, make it a minor, and do it 2 more times. All glory to the one above it all. All glory to the one above it all. All glory to the one above it all. And there we've kind of got all these pieces finally in. So just from that one little inspiration, from that one podcast I was listening to, just turning that with a melody into, you know, half a chorus and then bring in these extra little parts. Yeah, it doesn't take that long, and you can just come up with a simple melody, a simple chorus that you know, people might enjoy singing. So I'll play the whole thing so you can hear it all together. Take a sip of water. Been talking for a while. And you can sing it kind of sweetly, or it can be like a big chorus, like you're declaring this. He is not afraid. He is the light. He is not dismayed. He is the hope death cannot contain. He is alive. All glory to the one above it all. He is not afraid. He is the light. He is not dismayed. For he is the hope, and death cannot contain. Oh, he is alive. All glory to the one above it all. All glory to the one above it all. All glory to the one above it all. Yeah, and that's it all together. So cool. Well, that's all I got so far. I think I'll keep working on other parts for future online sessions. So I usually like to start with the chorus and then go backwards. So maybe tomorrow you might hear a pre-chorus or a bridge. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that's it for today. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hope you learnt a little bit of something. Yeah, go away and do your own song. If you want to try and write your own song over this week, go for it as well. Yeah, hopefully you've taken away a few things from what I've said, but yeah, just, you know, spend 15 minutes, half an hour aside and just have a go if you're a musician and you want to do that, and see what comes out of it. But thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you all tomorrow. Cool, stay cool. Tune in at 4 o'clock for the next thing. See you guys.
That you run into me. I'm leaving sin behind to align my ways with heaven's, and everything's alright as you speak. Promises unfailing, and my soul sings. upon